My name is Ava Brogan. I'm from Leitrim, but I'm now living in Belfast. My main instrument is the harp, but I also play the piano, button accordion, concertina, and a few others. Well, apparently, like as soon as I was born, all I wanted to do was listen to music, and I'd be trying to sing along. When I was about 5, I started the piano, 4 or 5, which was quite young, but my older sister played the piano, so anytime I'd hear her playing, I was trying to like copy what she was doing, I'd be playing it back. So my mum thought I may as well just put her into lessons now. And then the accordion, I was obsessed with Sharon Shannon when I was like a few months old apparently, and then a toddler as well. I used to lie in front of the TV like with my head and my hands just glued to the TV whenever she was playing, and I'd say, when I'm a big girl I'm going to play that. But accordion isn't one of my main instruments anymore. I do love it, but ever since I played the harp, I haven't touched the other instruments as much. The harp, I think I wanted to start because I've always been obsessed with the fairies and like Irish mythology and Celtic stories, things like that, so it felt the most mythical kind of instrument. And I think it suits my voice better as well than the rest of the instruments. Swimming in your bed sheets, I can't breathe beneath the blankets, but I really want to watch you, really want to watch you. So pretty when you kiss me, eyes closed. Do you miss me? Don't look back, or you'll have to watch them drag me to my heaven. Don't look back, don't look back. Lost and I hushed to your pillow, made a wish, but I can't tell you. Your tap's crying for attention. Pull your finger, ease the tension. Little starling in your shower, shake your hair and pluck your feather. Be quite open, singing letters. Don't get your song, it doesn't matter. So pretty when you kiss me, eyes closed. Do you miss me? Don't look back, or you'll have to watch them drag me to my heaven. Don't look back, don't look back. Scared to break a tiny wing, scared you'll crush my tiny dreams, scared to stop me flying, scared I'll start crying. Well, I think it depends on the person really, because I wouldn't find it that difficult, but I suppose it also helps that I did play the piano from a young age, because the harp is like the inside of a piano. You know, your strings are in the same order as the notes. Just the feel that you have for it, because I know people who've tried to learn it and they found it very difficult, and I know it's not for anyone because it's difficult to carry around the place. That's why I only started playing it when I was about 12, because I had so many other instruments and I was dancing and doing all these other things. So my parents said, look, you don't have time and you can't carry it, you know, you'll be swallowed by it. But I just kept begging and begging, and eventually I got my harp. I don't know, I've never found it that difficult. I kind of got the touch for it straight away, but I think that's just because like it's the instrument that I have always wanted to play. I almost feel like I don't get my voice until I play the harp. Like, you know, in those stories of women with their magical voice and magical harp, it's almost like that. I don't know, also when I was younger I did a lot of competitions like score and the fla and things like that, and I was in a ballad group, and they needed an accompaniment instrument, so I said, what about the harp? You know, it wouldn't be the most common, usually you'd have a guitar or something like that in those kind of groups, and ever since then I've just found that I kind of follow what I'm singing with the harp. You just need to find the right like melody and accompaniment to play that actually suits the song, that they kind of both go together. Like a lot of the time when I write, I will have an idea in my head, but then when I go to actually play it and sing it, it changes completely because it's just not fitting. They have to go together. Fantasy girl in your fantasy world. Fantasy girl, what's happened to the world? Treat me as you see me, like the prize on yourself. Use me as you please me, but you'll only please yourself. Fantasy girl, but that's not all. More than divine, and the portraits on your wall. Take me out to dinner, and I'll bear your child. Buy me pretty diamonds, and I'll never leave your side. I'll stay by your side. You say I don't know who I am, oh, but I do. I wish I didn't see myself the way I know you do, the way that you all do. Fantasy girl, I'm your fantasy girl. Fantasy girl, I'm your fantasy girl. I don't know really, like I'll be sitting on the bus or I'll be sitting in the park. A lot of the time it's when I'm about to fall asleep, and then I'll just get an idea of something in my head and I'm trying to grab my phone to get the notes or the voice memo app so I can sing into it to remember. I never will specifically sit down to write one. It's always just something will come into my head and I'll just record little snippets of it until I can grab onto my harp or piano or whatever and finish it out. And usually when I write something, I'll just write it all in one go, and I don't really ever change anything. I think it's more authentic that it's just whatever came over me in that moment. They're usually, like, it could be about anything. Like, I don't have a specific thing, but at the minute I've basically written an album. I'm just haven't put in all the instrumentation and stuff like that yet, but I've written all my songs. It's about that kind of Celtic like illusion in it. They all sound quite haunting, ethereal, whimsical, that kind of vibe. So I suppose a lot of the stories in them, I'm taking inspiration from like Irish folk music with laments, telling a story. A lot of them, they're stories about mermaids and fairies and stuff like that, but they're in a more modern day take. So they'll just have little touches of that. I don't know, I think it's that kind of trying to connect with your inner child, just kind of playing around with it. I think my songs are quite playful. A lot of them as well, touching on like the transition of girlhood into womanhood, and like one of them that I'm going to play for you is sort of like a connection between that transition, but it's in the way of like turning into a siren mermaid kind of thing. I don't really know, or like escaping reality. I think that's kind of the main theme of them so far. but also like different relationships and stuff, and like even, you know, like friendships, more romantic relationships, like family, just anything really, whatever's in my head. But some of them completely made up, just stories I get carried away with. Lay me to rest in the bed of daisies. Let me be blessed when the sun meets the moon. They'll kiss me on my knees, and it sends me home to you. Why is it always oranges, what's wrong with pears and plums? In a bowl on my bedside table, they'll melt into my tongue. My breasts are held with seashells, protecting the pearls inside. Drown me in the ocean, bring me alive by the seaside. Send me off to sleep in a wooden rocking chair, in a satin nightgown with ribbons in my hair. I'll visit you tonight when you're dreaming of the sea. I'll haunt you with my song, which will guide you here to me. My breasts are held with seashells, protecting the pearls inside. Drown me in the ocean, bring me alive by the seaside. Yeah, I actually think I play better when I perform rather than recording or like in a more casual environment, because that rush of adrenaline, it's like you're in a different world. Because I did a lot of dancing when I was younger, and like from when I was 3 or 4, so I've always had that love of being up on stage. I don't really get nervous because I've been doing it since I was so young. Like obviously you get a bit nervous, but you know, it's more so like a thrill rather than sick with nerves. So I just love that connection between whoever's out there in the audience. Like you have no idea, most of them you'll never actually meet or see again, and it's just you're connecting with them in that moment, and it's kind of like you just disappear for a little bit. So I love that thrill. Even if it's like a small crowd or whatever, I think there's something really lovely. It makes me feel like I'm actually doing something good when you can see you've connected with people. And like I did a lot of small intimate concerts for tourists and stuff, you know, playing the harp, and like the best thing ever is when you can see someone starts crying and you feel like you've actually like touched them unexpectedly. Like, you know, there'll be big, strong, scary looking men, and next thing they're bawling tears just from a little like delicate harp piece, and it's crazy that you're able to connect with so many people like that. I don't know, I think just listen to as much music as you can. Like, I don't have a specific taste in music that I like. I think my songs are a certain genre or like style, but that's not necessarily my music taste. Like, I'd listen to anything depending on the day. So I think just listen to as much music as you can, and then figure out what instrument keeps creeping up that you just really love the sound of. So you might try play it and not like it. Like I said, I played the fiddle and clarinet and things like that when I was younger. Loved the sound of them, but just didn't really feel that connection. I think when you find something and it doesn't feel like you have to practice, it just feels like you want to keep going with it, that's probably how you know. But try and figure out if you're playing what you actually want to play or what you think everyone else wants you to play, because I think that's why I didn't do it for so long, was that I didn't feel as inspired to write because it wasn't something that felt very true to myself, because I think my style isn't something that everyone's going to like. I know it's not, and that's fine, because now I'm happy that, okay, it makes me happy, and surely if I like it, there's other people out there who like it. So I think just remember that, you know, if it's more authentic to yourself, people are going to like it more, because people don't really like someone pretending or like putting on an act with their music. I'll never know why it snows in the spring. Thought the season was supposed to bring back all the light and life and flowers. It's supposed to bring back my powers. So when the snow melts, I'll tell the truth. Until then, I'll cry to you. Daisy, spin me around, it won't make any difference now. Daisy, spin me around, it won't make any difference now. All the colors fade into and I kinda like how it looks, but it doesn't make me feel good. You've been noticing that there's a distance. You're not listening this time, it's different. So when the snow melts, I'll tell the truth. Until then, I'll cry.